badminton's thoroughbreds get set for the knockout stage, 3 countries are still eyeing up a first-ever title. For China, though, there have been times when the trophy seemed like their personal property, including 2 years ago in Chengdu. Malaysia are next to try and dethrone the 11-time winners. Welcome to day 8. Inside the forum we go. Quarterfinals conclude today, the semis tomorrow, and then both the Thomas Cup and the Uber Cup finals live on Sunday. Coming up momentarily, the defending champions take on Malaysia, and then later on this evening, more Thomas Cup action as the Thais take on host nation Denmark from 6. It is a seriously strong squad that China have brought with them, and the big news is that Shi Yuqi returns to the lineup today, having missed the last 2 matches with illness. They're so strong, they're resting her and Ren in the doubles as well. Full details coming up shortly. Well, as for Malaysia, maybe not quite the stellar names of their opponents today. Certainly not in the singles. Leong Jun Hao is leading off for the Malaysians, but the good news for Malaysia fans is that So and Aaron Chia have been reunited in the men's doubles. Here's confirmation of the lineup then, starting with the returning Shi Yuqi. Only his second meeting with Leong Jun Hao. The first lasted barely half an hour. Then it's the doubles, and this is fascinating. The restored Chi and So ranked 2 in the world, but they trail Liang and Wong 9-3 on the head-to-head. Li Shifeng up next, and the Chinese starts a big favourite against Justin Ho, who's now outside the world's top 40. After that, if required, we'll see Chen and Lu take on Go and T. Both pairs have already taken down World Tour events this season. And if it goes to all, stand by for Wang Hongyang against Li Zixie. It could be a thriller. Their 6 previous meetings have been shared. The draw was made yesterday. The winners of our match this morning will take on either Thailand or Denmark. And on the other side of the draw, France take on Japan, and it's India versus Chinese Taipei. That match, incidentally, is live on Court 2 this morning. We are staying right here, though, for China versus Malaysia. Shi Yuqi against Leong Jun Hao. My name's Trevor Harris, alongside Bobby Griffin. From a Chinese point of view, Bobby, obviously they're delighted to have Shi Yuqi back in the lineup. Question is, how well is he? Because he's been off the court for 5-6 days. Maybe it's a bit of a risk, but they just need him here.
Yeah, that is a big question. I was eagerly awaiting the lineups last night to see how these 2 nations would match up through the schedule. The big question, of course, whether Shi Yuqi was going to feature. The other question for me, what are Malaysia going to do in terms of the doubles? We've seen so many changes this week. Are they going with their more recognised and standard pairings? We know they have with Aaron Chia Sowoyik at first doubles. The second doubles is still a risk, I think, for Malaysia. And in 4 of the 5 matches today, it's really down to who plays best. It's hard to look at form, rankings, history for many of these. It's going to be who's in form on the day to see what happens. I think the second men's singles is the only one where you might see more of a prediction of a strong Li Shifeng performance.
So here comes Leong Jun Hao, leading off in the singles for Malaysia. They have met once before, as I alluded to in my introduction. It was actually in the Sudirman Cup a year ago. Shi Yuqi won comfortably in straight games in just 38 minutes. This is another day, however, and with those question marks still looming over Shi Yuqi's fitness, we will see exactly what transpires. Let's go down courtside and pick up the toss.
Red this side and black this side. Red, black. Here you have won the toss. Stay here. Do you serve or receive?
Shi Yuqi is 30 years of age now, but he is the world #1, and he is the reigning world champion, having won that title in Paris last summer. He's already got a couple of Thomas Cup gold medals in the cabinet, and 4 Sudirman Cup gold medals as well, so he's really embraced team badminton. He got to that #1 spot for the first time back in June of 2024, and a really impressive 15 World Tour titles, 4 last year, including the All England. He's made one final this year, that was in Malaysia. He retired actually in the final against San. There's the one match he's played this week against the Australian, his friend Stephen Sam. And he was named to meet Victor Lai in the second match, but had to scratch, hence why it says walkover. There's been a few days since we've seen him, and he's up against the 26-year-old Leong Jun Hao, ranked outside the top 20, as you can see. Has got a Thomas Cup bronze to his name a couple of years ago. A couple of bronze medals also in singles at the Southeast Asia Games, and a couple of Super 100 titles. But, Bobby, if Shi Yuqi is anywhere near in terms of fitness, you would expect him to win comfortably. You
would. I mean, that's the big question. It was a stomach problem earlier in the week, so we hear. And let's hope he's back to full fitness. But you have to question what that meant in terms of his preparation over the last 4 or 5 days, whether he's able to have trained properly. And also, if that is the case, if he's fully fit, you look at his accolades and his performance in his ranking period over the last 12 months, he is miles ahead of Leong Jun Hao, the Malaysian. His last 10 tournaments, he's had round 1 exits in 8 of them, and he's fell at round 2 in the other 2. So he's well behind in terms of form as well. It's just whether Shi Yuqi is fully fit.
Yeah, Leong Jun Hao's lost both his matches in this tournament so far this week, including last week, obviously, as well. So he will need an improved performance, you would imagine, if he's going to get anywhere close to being competitive against the world #1. But we have seen quite a few shocks this week, so you never say never, especially with those question marks, as we've mentioned, about Shi Yuqi, how fully he's recovered from illness. Chair umpire for this one is Emmanuel Kabatsile of Botswana, and Iris Metz-Palu of Estonia is in the service judges chair. We have seen a spate of service faults called as well this week.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, China represented by Shi Yuqi. And on my left, Malaysia represented by Leong Jun Hao. China to serve, love all, play.
And just to let you know, unlike in the groups, the first nation to win 3 matches will end the tie. So we don't necessarily play all 5.
Service over, 1 love.
Yeah, and it was a very interesting group for both of these nations. Big shock, of course, with Indonesia, who got beat by France 4-1 and put the most successful nation in Thomas Cup history out in the group stages for the very first time in history. I think China did well to avoid another big upset. Yes, they were always going to go through, but that tie against India a couple of days ago, they'd lost their second and third men's singles to India, and there was that match, 26-24, Ranki Reddy and Shetty, which you did, which could have been a 3-2 India win. That had gone the other way, and it very easily could have. Would have really thrown the cat amongst the pigeons. India would have then won the group and made a very tough draw, I think, for China. So they narrowly escaped.
Well, that jump smash that Shi Yuqi played the second point of this match, didn't look too much wrong with him playing that. He follows up with another winner as well. I don't think they would have risked him, Bobby, if they had any concerns about his health, to be honest. Especially with obviously the final coming up on Sunday, potentially, if they get there.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think China looked very strong in the singles, and if Shi Yuqi is fit, that just emphasizes the point. Just getting
Service over.
a little bit tight in the mid-court.
All.
However, it's question marks as well over Malaysia's men's singles. We're looking at Leong Jun Hao here, of course, where Malaysia in the group stages lost both men's singles 1 and men's singles 2 to England. They also did that against Japan and got beat by Finland in one of the singles affairs as well. So the strength really is in their doubles, and that's why for me it's such a surprise how risky they've been. It's a lovely good net kill from Shi Yuqi. How risky they've been in their team selections.
Yeah, Malaysia came through narrowly against England 3-2, beat the Finns 4-1, and then went down 3-2 to the Japanese, hence finishing runners-up, and that's why they drew a group winner in China.
Well, they've really paid the price for that, mixing up their doubles. Aaron Chia played with T. Kai Wun, 19 in the third they won. They almost threw it away. They lost their second doubles to the Japanese. And
4-2.
How big an impact that particular tie was, because Malaysia were clear favourites to win the group. They've paid the price for losing to Japan, coming through in second place, and they've met China in the quarters.
Perfect placement from the Chinese, that previous point. I'm not sure Leong Jun Hao's going to have much joy if he wants to have those little net battles against the world #1. I don't think it will end well. Needs to mix it up a little bit. Easier said than done when you've got such an imposing presence on the other side of the net.
Good defence from Leong, but he's come up short again, and it was an easy finish for Shi Yuqi. I mean, Shi Yuqi is such an all-round player. There's no real weakness in his game. He's powerful as well, he's tall, he can hit winners, and he covers the court brilliantly. So I think the task here for Leong is to try and extend the game as long as possible, extend the rally as long as possible too, because if you can get Shi Yuqi, nice over the top. If you can get Shi Yuqi fatigued and given the illness he's had, that might be perhaps today the best way to combat this terrific champion.
Well reached.
Has to make those counts, the Malaysian.
8-2.
Shi Yuqi off balance. See this lunge here, look how difficult it is for him to recover this space down his backhand side. Any shot there is going to maintain the pressure. It's got to make that count.
That was halfway up the net, wasn't it, from Leong? More proactive.
Service over. 3-8.
Takes advantage here. The previous shot from Shi Yuqi, just a little bit too flat. Intercepted well by Leong. So comfortable on court.
Service over.
High quality net shot.
3.
And the calmness, the coolness to play this slice drop.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest lift in the world, was it, from Leong? But he had options, and the Malaysian had no clue if that was going to be power or subtlety.
Yep.
Proved to be the latter.
Service over. 4-9.
A little bit too keen here to try and finish the rally.
A very promising young player, Leong Jun Hao. He won a World Junior Championship silver medal back in 2017. Maybe hasn't quite gone on with his career as some had predicted. That's going to go long.
Malaysia challenge is called out.
Well, I need to break, Sam. I think he needs just a little bit of a rest here, because clearly that was beyond the back line. Only been playing for 6 minutes, but it's been very one-sided.
Challenge unsuccessful.
Ominous already.
One challenge remaining.
For the Malaysian.
Yeah, it has. Shi Yuqi
Service over.
has been
10,
the dictator
4. Play.
for most of the rallies so far. Leong Jun Hao, one challenge remaining.
Well, despite the service error, Shi Yuqi so far certainly doesn't look like a man who's been in bed for the best part of a week, if indeed he has been. Certainly been off the court. And a healthy 6-point lead at the mid-game interval. So far, this one going with 4.
Quarter 1, 20 seconds. Quarter 1, 20 seconds.
If you're not, you lift. If you're back, you block. But on the back court.
11-5. Play.
Well, a little bit lucky with the net cord, but I was just about to say that point, the difference in depth between Shi Yuqi's lifts and Leong Jun Hao's is stark, isn't it? He had to play that from the back line. That was the lift. Look where he plays this from. And okay, gets a bit of good fortune with the net cord.
Yeah, Shi Yuqi's found his rhythm early on. He's in the hitting zone, and that's a promising sign because, as you said, he hasn't spent much time inside the arena where conditions will be very different from the warm-up courts. I mean, that's the sort of rally Shi Yuqi will relish. There's been quite a few where Leong's got himself back into the rally and then made a very simple mistake. Cheap points. I mean, it's saving the energy of the Chinese player as well.
Yeah, I mean, from Shi Yuqi's point of view, this is almost a hit out. Without being rude about Leong Jun Hao, I mean, the difference in quality has been evident for all to see. And if he can get the job done in straight games in, I don't know, 40 minutes or whatever, that will have served its purpose in terms of, A, getting the first match on the board for China, but also just getting him back into the rhythm of competitive badminton. Great shot again. He's played a few of those.
He has, and I think that's a big task for him today, irrespective of the result. We expect Shi Yuqi to come through, but if he can get it done in straights, it'll bode well for their following match as well. Save some energy if China make it through for a semi-final.
Yeah, and they've got to play straight days now. Semis tomorrow, final on Sunday if they get there. So there's no hiding place from here on in. And you don't have the luxury, really, of being able to rest players like they did in the group stage against potentially weaker opponents.
Lovely. Good anticipation, shot quality. Expect nothing less. Oh, it's well in. Poor judgment from Leong.
15,
Not much
6.
going right for him at the moment, is it?
No, and it's finding a way to try and take control of the points. Finding a way to beat Shi Yuqi. That's gone long, I think.
Yeah, just.
Service over, 7, 15.
Doing their best to rouse their fellow countrymen. But he's right behind the 8 ball here in this opening game. Only played for 11 minutes.
Nice. Looking so... Oh, good net.
It's a great rally. Great rally, and for once, he came out on top of the net exchange.
8,
And the
15.
Jonathan loved it.
I mean, look at the effort it's taking for Leong. He's almost on the floor. The shot quality was perfect. You still expect that he won't be able to do that time and time again. That was terrific in the shot making for Leong.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a winner from Shi, didn't it? Somehow, he managed to get it.
And really, only the first or second time that we've seen Shi Yuqi under some pressure.
Yeah, confidence building point if ever there was one for Leong, but can he go on from that? Yeah, another error, and that's the other thing. He's had nothing
Malaysia
back, really, has he, from
challenges
the
for
Chinese
house.
in terms of unforced errors.
Well, I think this will be Leong out of challenges.
Yeah, he burnt one just before the interval, and there's the other one gone as well.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1, no challenges remaining. Service over, 16-8. Play.
It's really composed play again from Shi Yuqi. I love the way, when he is under a little bit of pressure, his decision-making is really top draw. He'll play a shot that just neutralizes the pressure, gets him back in a 50-50 rally and then a restart. It's so tempting as a player, when you're under a bit of pressure, to look for something exquisite to get yourself out, a winning shot from
18-8.
a situation where you're off balance or out of position. Shi is just so controlled.
Well wide with that one again, Leong.
I thought we might see a challenge from Shi Yuqi here.
Service over.
Not to be. He's allowing that winner to go through.
18.
He's just toying with him at times, isn't he?
Service over. 19-9.
Yeah, and it showcases the difference in level, doesn't it? Because how many times have we really seen Leong be able to drag Shi Yuqi out of position in repeated shots, dictate the rallies the way the Chinese can? That's fabulous. Used the slice to set up an even better chance to put the rally away. Big, strong left leg leap and the accuracy with the smash.
11 game points then for the world number 1. Just about the best net shot that Leong Jun Hao's played, but
I'm going to go with second. That cross
that's
earlier
right.
was very good as well.
Okay.
But yes.
But too little, too late.
Good defense, Shi Yuqi. Oh, lovely.
Brilliant and ruthlessly efficient. 21-10 in only 16 minutes. It's a warning for every other Thomas Cup team here in Horsens. China lead, 1-love. Practice court, and the next doubles pair, Aaron Chia-Sobuyek of Malaysia, who, as things stand, are going to have a bit of a job on their hands trying to level the match if, as it looks, Shi Yuqi completes victory in the singles.
These two already getting ready backstage down Wei Kang, Wang Chang.
Well, they might be on in the next 10 or 15 minutes, I think, if the evidence of what we've seen so far is anything to go by.
Second game, love ball, play.
So Shi Yuqi aiming to pick up exactly where he left off in that first game.
1-love.
Hard enough job trying to compete with the world number 1, let alone when you gift him so many points with unforced errors. That was good though, yeah, that was good.
Service over, 1-all.
And I don't mind that, actually, with the early stage of a game, whether it's game 1 or game 2. Not so much for game 3, but Shi Yuqi will have used that as a learning curve. He let that previous point, the shuttle, land in. So now there's that instinctive judgment when Leong Jun Hao goes into the rear court. Shi Yuqi knows where the back line is in terms of the flight of his opponent's shot. So I quite like it. I also don't mind at the early stages when players hit long out of the back with a clear or a lift, because then they can, from that point, judge exactly how much they need to put on the shuttle to get a good length.
Service over, 2-3.
That's lovely. Such a classy shot from Shi Yuqi.
4-2.
Just holding Leong Jun Hao on base with the way he prepped this backhand. Here we go. And then the slightest double action. Brushes underneath it to take the pace off. Well, lovely. What a great save from that good smash.
Well, credit to Leong there
Service
for
over.
keeping his calm,
3,
keeping his concentration, despite some heroics from Shi defensively.
He's looking more aggressive, Leong Jun Hao on this far side. I think maybe the change of ends has had a slight impact.
Well, change of ends and maybe a slight change of mindset as well. He's not going to get anywhere just being defensive against Shi Yuqi. He's got to try and cause the Chinese some problems. Easier said than done, obviously.
Yeah, we saw a shot just moments ago of the coaching staff. Kenneth Johnson out there for Malaysia was had a lot to say during the interval.
5,
It was a heated
3.
conversation, and I think maybe the advice would be, look, you've got to attack him. Go out there, give it everything. Full energy. It's landed in.
Six, 3.
Nice idea, but Leong still has to cut those mistakes out of his game.
Just a fraction too much on that.
Service over. 4, 6.
With the volume and frequency of the horns being blown inside the arena, you might think we were back at India for the India Open. The noise of their traffic.
Five, 6.
Well, this is better from Leong. Just because Shi Yuqi is the world #1 doesn't mean he's immune from being pressured like he was in that rally.
Yeah, a couple of errors from Yuqi early on in game 2. Doesn't look quite as settled as he did on the far side.
Service over. 7, 5.
Just highlights how important the quality of the serve is. Wasn't deceptive, that flicker. And it was too flat. Dispatched with ease.
Thank you.
That was never coming back.
8, 5.
Yeah, it's my favourite shot of his. Might be his favourite shot, but I'll have to ask him. Goes up round the head with incredible power and accuracy with this cross smash. It's the cross smash that I love to watch for Shi Yuqi.
Service over. 6, 8.
Rexy Manakai sent a shot there. Team bench for Malaysia. Just wonder how much they regret their selections, particularly against Japan in the group stages. If they'd have won that match,
7-8.
and therefore the tie against Japan, they would have topped the group. They would have been in the bottom half of the knockout draw. They would avoid China in the top half. That's the beauty of these team events, though, isn't it? When you've got a split male and female Thomas and Uber Cup, you see a lot of interesting choices, particularly in the doubles.
Well, he's managed to get himself on terms here, Leong. A couple of errors from the Chinese that we didn't see many of in the first game. Malaysia fans a lot more engaged now than they were about 5 minutes ago.
Oh, I think he might have. Oh, no challenge.
I would challenge that.
No,
I
he
may have just missed, but it was close.
Get a nice slow motion here.
Yeah, it was wide.
It did bounce wide, yeah.
This is really good from Leong. Suddenly found something.
10-8.
Nur Izzadin blowing the horn for Malaysia. Doesn't play today if we get that far.
There's your shot again.
Yeah, a little bit more comfortable
Service over. 9.
because he wasn't deep in court hitting this one. Came up quite short. I think he would have made it straight or cross.
So a 2-point lead for the Malaysian. We didn't expect this. Fighting back and at least asking some questions of the world number one. 11-9 mid-game break.
不是，错，是因为这局他放了网，他直接往上退。他第一局是右脚站前，他不退，你知道吧？他其实我一停他就被动了，他现在一挡到网了，我一停顿他就不撤，所以我就直接打不到，先把我就把弧度拉高一点，直接再上，我就拉高一点，或者是我就得挡人网，但是他现在退着我要踢嘛，他挡到近网，他现在退网员，还是挡他，两碗弧度。
11-9. Play.
Pity from Leong's point of view, because he actually played that point quite well. Right shot, just wrong execution.
Yeah, there's definitely been an increase in pace, intensity from Leong in game two. Oi.
Bit loose that from Shi.
12-10.
Yeah, I think Leong's gone from 4th to 5th gear, and also I think Shi Yuqi is just a little bit, maybe he's dropped a gear.
Unquestionably.
13-10.
They're up for it now.
Nice shot. Clever. Oh, should have put that away.
Thought he might go the other side, actually. Got a bit lucky there, Leong, but still in it, but not now.
Service over 11-13.
Just wonder whether, you know, as we talked about Shi Yuqi and the stomach issues he had earlier in the week, you don't need to be a badminton expert to understand what it feels like to have a couple of days where you've got stomach problems. But of course, at this top level in sports, if that happens to you for a couple of days, your fatigue level, your energy level, are really going to struggle. And so, the longer this match goes, I think it might be a part of what we're seeing here. I think it's too early to stay at this stage. But it just looks to be a little bit of a drop in the physicality of Shi Yuqi in this second game.
Yeah, fatigue and dehydration, I think, are the two enemies, aren't they?
Yeah. Good rally. A lot more like we saw in the first, where he was just dragging his opponent all around the court with these high-quality shots.
But these rallies are just so much more competitive now than they were in the first game. Even the points that Shi Yuqi wins, like that one.
Working hard, Shi Yuqi in defense. Oh, great save.
And he's missed it.
I think he might have. Oh, I don't know. I thought that looked good.
I thought it was long. He's challenged it, so we're going to find out. But Shi Yuqi did fantastically to stay in that point. Question is, has it worked out for him? That's down to the technology.
Good eyes, Trevor.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. 13-14.
I know he lost the rally there, Shi Yuqi, but you got signs from the way he played the rally and how hard he was having to work that he's now sort of back into full 100% commitment, contention mode. I'm sorry, he won the rally, didn't he? Of course he did.
How hard is Shi having to work here? He's just put that wide. And that landed in. I think that would have really frustrated Leong Jun Hao because he was bossing that exchange.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. It's actually great anticipation from Shi. He was moving to his left before the shot was coming down, anticipating the straight smash. I still sense that Shi Yuqi will be very competitive in the next few points.
Oh, he misjudged that in its flight and realized when it was far too late, and there are a few little grimaces on Chinese faces there watching on, because Leong may have just gone favourite now in this second game.
Yeah, this was neither going long or wide the entire time, was it? Good rally.
Service over, 14-16.
No.
I think he had him beat. Had that have crept over the net.
17-14.
Leong was running off backwards.
It's not just the score, is it? It's the fact that in this second game, Leong's actually looking the stronger player.
Yeah, and Shi Yuqi's making a lot more mistakes than he did in the first. I think Shi Yuqi's struggling to find a good length on this side, you know. I think that's a lifeline.
15-17. Liu.
I think this short interval favours Shi Yuqi. Chance to reset. Evaluate what's happened in game 2 so far and realise what types of shots he needs to be employing and the conditions.
Service over, 18-15.
There's a lot of scoreboard pressure now as well for Shi Yuqi.
Well, unlikely to come back now. And they are sensing what would be a semi-seismic shot, as it looks like they're going into a decider here, which if Leong was to win, would sort of turn this tie on its head. Very few expected Leong to be able to live with Shi Yuqi, but he's doing much more than that at the moment. 2 points required to level this match.
Service over, 16-19.
Needs a run of points here, Shi Yuqi. Has to take the next 2, at least.
Just under too much pressure, isn't he?
Service over.
And Leong Jun Hao looks like a player reborn here.
16.
4 game points. to get himself on terms here. Well, I don't think too many people expected that. But Leong Jun Hao has fought back and fought back brilliantly. 21-16, he takes the second game against a strangely subdued Shi Yuqi, who is in a battle here at 1 game all.
反拍这边少挡圆，挡他圆，他反拍这边会停顿推你一个直线和快攻对角啊，你都挺难。你往那中间出要吧会好一点。啊，就精力就把精力，那精力也得下来。现在一个是失误，还有一个就是说会被打得很难受，多拍。啊，保持住精力一分一分的。啊，还是要做好控制的准备，还是要准备啊。 有机会打，没机会先进去再来过啊，没问题的啊。好，欢迎主持人啊。
Change up, even when success, do something next, and then to the middle a lot, middle sit down.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Final game, love ball, play.
So 21-16, the second game. Leong Jun Hao. Definitely looked to be less pressure coming from the rackets of Shi Yuqi in the second.
Service over, 1 love.
I just wonder how important the conditions are, the sides of the court. If that is a telling factor. Judging by what we saw in the second game, Shi Yuqi is going to need a pretty healthy lead at the mid-game interval before that final change of ends.
Well, he's getting a proper test now, isn't he, of his fitness and his health. As we've been playing 44 minutes, so this match is going to go an hour at least.
Oh, good body smash.
Wouldn't be denied.
3 love.
Yeah, relentless pressure here from Yuqi. Keeps his focus.
Players back on court.
well under pressure, Leong. That's a good block.
Just had half a suspicion that might have been going out. Replay, if we see one, will be interesting.
Yeah, the pickup from Leong, you mean, the Shi Yuqi initial shot, yeah. I think it might have been good. Sat back looking quite quiet. The Malaysian coach is there in the chair. Not the start they wanted in the deciding game. Good play, Leong. Terrific.
Well, this is a statement of intent, isn't it, from the world number one, having dropped that second game, to come back as strongly as this at the start of the decider.
Lovely to know what's going on in the mind of Shi Yuqi. You know, we're talking about, is he fit enough? Has the stomach problem caused more of an issue? You know, longevity of a match, can he get through it? Is he dehydrated? The other side of it is, of course, he hasn't played for how many days? 5 or 6 days? Maybe he's supremely confident and decided he wants an extra 20, 25 minutes on court.
Love.
Aye, that's the shot. Massive winner from Shi Yuqi.
7 love.
You look at the intensity of him in the third and how well he's hitting these shots. What a contrast to the second.
Looks a different player now, doesn't he?
And
that's what the greats do. They find a way, don't they, to raise their level when they have to.
Right. Yeah, and I don't think the arena conditions have had an awful lot to do with the outcomes this week. Yes, there is a little bit of drift. There is always going to be. But it's not so significant that it should have had this kind of impact on the scoreboard. Little net call there, I think. Brilliant.
Well, he's hitting the lines with wonderful regularity, and Leong at the moment has absolutely no answer.
Well, I said he'd want a healthy lead at the mid-game break if the conditions are relevant.
Would 11 love be healthy enough if he gets that?
I think he'd be relatively happy, yeah.
Well, it may be the case because it's 10 love.
10 love.
Amazing, isn't it, how quickly momentum can change in this sport. Finished the second game flush with confidence, Leong Jun Hao. Now he must have virtually none in the tank. Well,
he's done it.
That's what happens, isn't it? When you're on top, you get those kind of little breaks. And Leong hasn't won a point as they go for the interval.
嘛，呢個其實水波流都係高，喺度啊，唔通高唔一處一高咩？即係發條上線，先顧前面係發發。係啦，我做得俾你真係佢啲後生啊，係嘛？係真係必然可以。
11 love. Play. Service over. 1.
So he's on the board, Leong Jun Hao. New weapon. Oh, that's better. Well, they say even the longest journey starts with a single step. Almost doesn't need to look at the scoreboard at the moment, just point by point for Leong. Try and get some confidence back. Oh, brilliant rally again from Shi Yuqi. Had Leong exactly where he wanted him throughout that exchange. Stretching him out wide, testing him with the net shot.
It's a great shot.
13-2.
So well disguised overhead from both forehand, rear corner and around the head.
Well, he needs every bit of good fortune he could get at the moment. Net cord just killed all the pace on the shuttle.
On that far side of the court, as we saw in game 2, Leong Jun Hao able to control the net a lot more often. A little bit short.
Normal service has been resumed, I think.
Service over. 14-4.
What a great turnaround. Gets Leong on the back foot. So dangerous in that round the head corner. That's really clever. You see this final shot, he was at full pace running in, but it was quite tight to the net. The temptation is there to whack the shuttle, try and kill it. But look at this, he brushes across it to take the pace off. Goes into the body. That is very quick thinking from Shi Yuqi.
Yeah, he's on life support, Leong, now, isn't he?
He's got to try and get Shi Yuqi a little bit rattled again. Oh, umpire calling for technical official here. Is it Leong with a problem? Ah, he's cut his finger.
He's got the full kit there, hasn't he, the physio?
Yeah, based in the middle of Sweden. Our doctor here. I remember taking a car journey to the airport with him last year sometime. He made me very jealous, actually. He was telling me all about how he can see the northern lights from his back garden quite a few times a year.
Yeah, you wouldn't be jealous when it's minus 15 degrees in December, though.
Possibly not.
So, Leong patched up. And he's got to find a way to inconvenience Shi and do it quickly. Otherwise, this match is going to be over.
Just checking the court for any blood. Yeah, and I think there is some. Got to get that mopped up. Chen Boyang and Liu Yi sat in the, or on the Chinese bench there behind, right behind Shi Yuqi right now. Wondering if they're going to get on court later.
Yeah, scheduled match 4.
Good shot.
But Long.
Malaysia
Challenge, though.
Oh.
It was called out. See what
Yeah,
Hawkeye says.
width-wise, it was certainly good, but this could have been long.
Don't know whether Leong's given the shuttle back out of politeness or genuine belief. Now it's well in.
Yeah, I thought that was good. First view, I thought that was a great shot.
Service over 5-16. Play.
Good footwork, Shi Yuqi in the rally. At the very beginning, he switched his feet and then switched them back, as if to sort of tease Leong. Great block. Look at the way he comes out of this deep lunge, Shi Yuqi. It was footwork completely went out the window. He's just running around the court.
Well, the previous shot was all or nothing, wasn't it? He knew that had to be a winner, and when it wasn't, he was always going to be in big trouble.
Watch this from Shi to recover here if we get a view. No, he just 360s.
And he wasn't
even sprinting.
He wasn't looking at the shuttle either, was he? He didn't know what was going on.
He almost caught it.
Great pick-up from Leong.
Looking so much more controlled again and composed, Shi Yuqi. Even when he's having to move at full pace, full stretch. So strong in the legs, he recovers. Gets back into a great position. Forcing Leong to take that so well below tape height.
Oh, yes.
18-6.
He's had to work hard, though, hasn't he? Certainly at the start of this decider. Almost like he had to put Leong Jun Hao in his place after the world number 25 had the temerity to win the second game.
How dare you? Yeah. I mean, this looks pretty inevitable, doesn't it, since the mid-game break with that scoreline.
Out the back.
Challenge, I think.
China challenges.
I think it's his first
out.
challenge of the match, maybe. Not sure he's made many.
Shi Yuqi eyes on the big screen now.
Close. Not quite close enough.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. Service over 7-18. Play.
That's well played.
8-18.
Took advantage there of a relaxed-looking Shi Yuqi. Just so good round the head. There we go again.
Service over 19-8.
Well, he's had Leong Jun Hao on the ropes for virtually the whole of this deciding game. And the knockout blow, it seems, coming imminently. Match points here then, 12 of them for the world number one.
Match points 8.
Oh, looking so calm now, Shi Yuqi, and why not?
Service over 9-20.
Well, he's certainly got a workout, hasn't he? More than an hour on court. Well, genuine scare in the second game. But after that, he was back to his brilliant best. Leong Jun Hao hardly landed a blow in that decider. which Shi Yuqi takes by 21 points to 9, gives China the lead in the tie. And whether you're a China supporter, Bobby, or just a neutral, you want the world #1 centre stage in this event.
Yeah, I think the doubts we had over his fitness levels, his health, have now been... Oh, I nearly caught that shuttle from Shi Yuqi. Sent it into the crowd. Yeah, I mean, he's alleviated any doubts anyone had over fitness and health, and that's ominous signs for the rest of the competition as well, because if he continues the form he was in games 1 and 3 in particular, it's going to be tough to beat.
Shi Yuqi wins 21-10, 16-21, 21-9. They were on court for an hour and 7 minutes. Coming up, what's going to be an absolutely pivotal doubles in the context of this tie. Liang and Wang taking on the reunited Aaron Chia and So Woo Yik in a couple of minutes. Well, a warm welcome back to Horsens, which, as you can see, has a horse on the coat of arms. Horsens actually means horse's water, or probably more accurately, horse's crossing in the olden days. Places where the horses could ford the river. Rich history, actually goes back all the way to the medieval period, this city. Well, we're very much in the present. Men's doubles, and this is a critical match, you suspect, in the context of this tie, because surely Chia and Yik have to win this. Chinese favourites in the singles, and trailing now the Malaysians by 1 match to love. Just a reminder that India versus Chinese Taipei is live on court 2. I can tell you that it's 1 game all between Lakshya Sen and Cho Tien-chen. Officials are on court, and that means the players will be following on very shortly. Liang and Wang actually looked out of sorts their second match they played, and then they came back in the final match of the group and did really well. So just a case of which pair turns up today. Yeah,
very much so. I was looking at the lineups and very excited about this one. Top 2 pairs in the world over the course of the last 2 years between them, for the most part. I'll let you talk about the head-to-head, but it really is about who performs on the day. That's all we're looking at here.
Aaron Shearer and So Woo-Yik, who were split up for the previous match, but they're back in tandem now, the world #2 pair. Seems to me that they are world ranked #2 compared to 5 for Liang and Wong, and as you alluded to, the head-to-head tells a different story. It's 9-3 in the Chinese pair's favour. Won 3 of the last 4 as well against Aaron Shearer and So Woo-Yik. The calming presence of Fabio Beto is in charge of this one. He's our umpire. Let's go and listen to him conducting the toss.
Hi, welcome. Hi. Okay, come here for the toss. We have black or red. White, black, red. Yeah, black for you. Red, you want the toss. This side, server, receiver. Aaron serving, receiving, 1.
Everyone's choosing ends now, aren't they?
Yes, yes, very quick call, winning the toss and selecting the side of the court, which I always like to see. It suggests some kind of preparation, thought process.
So, Liang and Wong, who are world #5, but they have been top of the shop 3 years ago. There you can see it. Thomas Cup winners 2 years ago in Chengdu. And, of course, Olympic silver medalists as well last year in Paris. Actually also got a World Championship bronze on the sideboard too. Say nothing of 10 World Tour titles, including one this season. They took down the India Open. That's a Super 750 in Delhi. Last meeting, actually, against Shi and So was in the World Tour Finals back in December. Got past Ranki Reddy and Shetty, 26-24 in the third. That game against Lindemann and partner was the one we were talking about, where they looked, by their own standards, decidedly average, albeit came through in the end. And their opponents today, Aaron Shearer and So Woo-Yik, double Olympic bronze medalists, 2022 world champions. In big matches, actually, you could make an argument that they're a bit susceptible. They've reached 16 World Tour finals and only won 4 of them.
Yeah, I remember when they became world champions, and at the time they hadn't even won a final on the World Tour, which was quite amazing.
Lost in a couple of Super 1000 finals this year, one in Birmingham at the All England, the other one in Malaysia.
Ready to
And
play?
just the one match against Butler and Jones of England, which took just over half an hour, as you can see. So, haven't had a lot of badminton together over the last week or so.
No, they've both been on court a lot. I mean, Aaron Shearer played with T. Kai-Won against Japan, and So Woo-Yik. They changed up the partners a lot over the last few days to try and work out the best combination. It's great for us all to see them back together for this one. And as you said right at the top, it's a must-win for them. You'd have to favour China in the second men's singles. And they've probably got the edge in matches 4 and 5. But without this win for Malaysia, it looks pretty ominous. Rexy and Harry in the coaching chairs.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Malaysia, represented by Aaron Cha and So Woo-Yik. And on my left, China, represented by Yang Wei-Kang and Wang Chang. Malaysia to serve, Aaron Cha to Wang Chang. Level, play.
So here we go then, the first doubles, and imperative from a Malaysian point of view that Chia and So strike back here after China won the opening singles.
Yeah, and it's good to see two of the best pairs in the world going at it, albeit a quarter-final, also a semi or even the final of the Thomas Cup. I mean, you take away Kim Won-ho and So Seung-jae's performance over the last year. I mean, they've spent 41 weeks now at world #1, but prior to that, it was kind of these two that were at the very top for quite some time. Hence the big head-to-head record.
I was a bit surprised, actually, when I saw that they'd been that dominant against Chia and So.
3-1.
Oh, he just gone long. I'm not sure if that was a considered leave from Liang Wei-kang or whether he knew it was long all the way. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Service over.
It was Liang Wei-kang for me. That match against is it Canada? You and I did it. I think so.
Yeah.
Where he looked particularly susceptible. Oh, it's a shame. One chunk.
6-2.
Challenge here from the Malaysians. Not sure it was the most confident of requests.
I wonder whether they're using the IRS to see how far long it was. So Aaron Chia gets a gauge.
A long way long.
Challenge unsuccessful.
Yeah.
One challenge remaining. Service over. 3-6. Play.
Big hit. Wei Kang sets up his partner.
4-6.
He's got a big smash, and when it comes off, even the great So Woo-yik in defense can't produce anything quality in reply. Rotation. Lightning fast, Aaron Chia.
Service over.
And that really is what the Malaysians will be wanting to look for, to try and outmaneuver the Chinese and bring Liang Wei-kang into the net outside of his comfort zone. Snapped a string there, Aaron Chia.
5-7. Service over, 8-5.
Been a confident start this from Chi and So.
Yeah, they look pretty composed, don't they?
Service over, 6-8. Service over, 9-6.
A lot of shuttles going long on both sides. Good rally.
Service over.
He's one of the best in the world, Wang Chan,
7-9.
from
Play.
the mid-court, forecourt area around the service line. That is lovely. That just showcases
8-9.
his qualities. Sends them both the wrong way. Oh, terrific shot, So Yuqi. We've seen some special shots already in this one.
Yeah, it's almost chess-like, this tactical battle. Neither pair wants to lift. Question of who can dominate the flat game. It's going to go long. But lift is the last resort at the moment, isn't it?
It's kept that alive nicely. There's the big smash again. It's a big weapon for this Chinese pair. It's another string.
So the Chinese in front. It's actually the first time they've been ahead in this opening game.
Ini bolanya kencang sekali. Yuk tengok, yuk dia mereka buang belakang, yuk buang belakang semua out semua. Jadi mainnya itu benar-benar harus no lifting. 1, 2, tak boleh terlalu banyak angkat. Yuk buang cross, yuk mau buang cross aja. Tahu nggak? Yuk buang setengah, yuk buang cross dia tengah. Banyak cross aja, cross tengah. Ya, siapa yang pegang ini mainnya bisa.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Start aja, ya. Oke, defend jangan terlalu banyak buka. Pegangnya kencang. Defend lock, defend trap.
Players back on court. (11-10). Play. Service over. 11-all.
They do look so evenly matched, don't they, these two pairs? Even more surprising, say again, that the head-to-head is so one-sided. A bit of confusion there, the Chinese side of the net.
It was an air shot from Liang Weikang.
12-11.
It's good play from the Malaysians, holding on to the attack. Again, no lift.
11.
Take them on in the mid-court. Get the chance to hit down, and then again, they've got Liang Weikang at the net where they want him because his quality, sharpness, is not at the level of his partner.
14-11.
Great shot from Shi Yuqi.
Well, they needed something because they'd lost, what was it, 4 points in a row since they came back from the interval.
14.
Yeah, I thought the Malaysians got themselves out of trouble there, but Chinese pair kept their focus.
$13-14. Service over, 15-13.
Not at his best today, Leong Jun Hao. Too many mistakes. He's responsible, I think, for 5 or 6 of Malaysia's points with his own mistakes.
Yeah, they just look more susceptible under pressure, don't they, at the moment, the Chinese pair, than the Malaysians.
Service over, 14-16.
Good play.
Service over, 17-14.
And again, forcing Leong into a fast reaction in the mid-court. See the difference there, how comfortable Wang Chang looks in that same situation.
15-17. Service over, 18-15.
Surprising how he didn't get that right. Typically, you lift into a far corner. Man on the left, in that case, Wang Chang was taking any shot down the line, and Leong Jun Hao should have taken anything into the middle.
18.
But he just doesn't look as confident and ready in those situations.
That said, that was a bit careless from Aaron Shi, the service error. But they're right back in the groove and only 2 points away from securing this first game, which has been pretty quick, actually. Only 13 minutes to here.
I can't remember one long rally. Can't remember very many, but over 10 shots.
Well, a huge point coming up here. China need to win this, you feel. If they do, right back in the melting pot again.
Nice play, Wang Chang. Really asserts himself from the tee, gets into a good body shape. Has the ability to intercept.
Please welcome the technical officials.
Nice, Shi Yuqi.
Well, emphatic, that winner, and they're back on terms again.
19.
Only time they've led in this game was when they were 11-10 at the mid-game break. Malaysians have been primarily the pace setters, but now it is a even money shootout. Last few points. Going back on his side, big mistake.
No, I think it rolled over, but it might have gone out. I think there's a challenge.
I thought it came back, but...
It was hard. We were obstructed in the view, weren't we, of one of the players, but there's a definite challenge here.
Okay, well, the replay will be fascinating then.
I think it just sat on the tape, rolled over.
Challenge unsuccessful.
What a big point for Malaysia.
Yeah, either way, chance for China
20,
has disappeared.
19.
Game point here
Play.
for Chia and So. It's long. And on we go.
20 all.
Chance for sure. Big chance.
And now, court number 2. The tie between India
Wang
and Chinese
Chang
Taipei.
just having a whisper into Liang's ear about the
India, represented by
strategy with him on serve.
So having saved a game point,
21.
Liang and Wang now have one of their own.
This is as confident as Liang Weikang has looked so far in the match. Gets there early, applies immediate pressure.
We went for the flick.
Chinese Taipei, represented by
That's wide. Ooh. Interesting serving option there.
21.
Game point.
Play.
That's a bit wild. More than a bit, actually.
There were desperate measures for Aaron Chia, out of position. Had to go defensive. I thought they'd squandered the initiative. That's a bad miss.
So second game point for the Malaysians here. Oh, opportunity again.
22 all.
Tell you what, there were Chinese hearts in mouths when that hit the tape. Thinking it might have just rolled over, it didn't.
Good net. Wow. Well, the Chinese had saved 2 game points
22.
prior to that.
Now they've got a second themselves. As Aaron Chia netted. Where's this serve going? Well, they found a way. They were behind for so much of that game. But 24-22.
First game won by
It's the
China,
Chinese pair who draw
24-22.
first blood here. And a game away from a 2-love lead.
Poin-poin terakhirnya itu, ya kalau bisa adu jangan terlalu banyak dibuka. Cross adu itu aja supaya dia buka juga. Kalau kita yang buka, bolanya setengah sini, dia tekannya lebih senang, kita defense-nya lebih susah. Berani aja. Kalau poin-poin tuanya, mantap. Kalau China lurus, dia jaga straight terus, dibuang cross. Tak senang dia. Ya mainnya dari service opening aja udah itu. Sebelah sininya, era sebelah sininya ya, sebelah sini kanan. Jangan buka.
慢慢建立优势，好打的啊，慢慢
适应就很好了。发球的时候，你们发的时候稍微精力稍微集中一点再发。对。
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Second game, level play.
Well, maybe confidence coursing through Chinese veins now after taking that first game, especially having saved a couple of game points to do it.
Again, Wang Chang. Brilliant. Better from Leong. Oh, a bit lucky there.
Yes, they were, but the odd mistake creeping in now on the Malaysian side.
Yeah. And a dream start to the second.
Service over, 1-3.
Neither of the Chinese are particularly big men. Liang 5'10", Wang fractionally taller, but they get great spring and consequently impressive power.
Service over, 3-4.
That's a nice touch. And again, just dictating. He really is carrying this pair at the moment. And I think without his quality in game one, they really would have struggled with those mistakes from Liang Weikang. How quick he is to grab the shuttle, get back into that service position. He knows he's in form, he's carrying as much momentum forward as he can. Wang Chang.
On the line.
6-3.
Oh, that's landed in as well. Not sure that came right out the middle of the racket, but it doesn't matter.
7-3.
And at the moment, everything the Chinese are touching is turning to gold.
Service over.
Well, the Malaysia fight back needs to start here, really. They're good front runners, Liang and Wong.
Got a nice steep angle. Wei Kang with that power from the back.
Service over, 5-8.
A couple of pretty cheap points for the Malaysians. Positive errors, if there is such a thing, though, from Wang Chang.
Service over, 9-6.
Malaysian shoulders starting to slump, aren't they? Oh, brilliant, Wang Chang. Misses. And all the hard work.
Service over, 7-9.
Just enough quality from So Wo-yik at the net. That's nice again. Good rally.
Oh, shot. Just a fraction wrong with the length. Not deep enough, and at this level, that gets punished.
Yeah.
Service over.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the longest rally we've seen as well. There haven't been many. It was just 34 shots.
Thank you. Thank you. Ten, 7. Service over, 8-10.
Why didn't he have his racket up? Young Wei Kang. I must admit, I've not been all that impressed with him this week, in general.
Oh, late decision. Very rarely works.
Service over, 11-8 interval.
Kita dari sini ke sana banyak dorong anginnya ke sana, banyak dia mesti mainnya tapi dari sini kami satu blok. Jangan satu dua taruh aja terlalu sering buka bang. You main cross aja, silang aja, terus dorong setengah silang gitu ya. Nah, satu dua nembak ke tengah sama kanannya si itu ya. Kalau dia sini bagus tapi kanannya bagus, bolanya tapi di depan tadi sudah betul taruh letak. Satu kedua
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Ya, servisnya boleh main lift juga. Si liangnya, si wangnya di kanan lift. Ya.
Eleven, 8. Blank.
Worrying signs now for the Malaysian pair.
Yeah, no. Perhaps not just the pair, but the whole team. Yeah, well played, Soyik. Lightning fast.
He needed that.
Service over, 9-12.
Given the lineups today, a 2-0 lead for China would really put pressure
Too high. Service
on the
over,
Malaysians. They didn't need that, though.
13-9.
They really did not
Service
need
fault.
that. Never a good time for that to happen, but when you're under pressure, game down.
14-9.
Well played.
15-9.
There was a shot in there. That was perhaps the best shot
16,
Yang Wei Kung has played
9.
in this entire match. Yes, he's hit a few good smashes. You'd expect that. But it's that mid-court, forecourt area where at this level you have to also have enough quality.
Service over, 10-16. Change it.
And again, well played. Growing in confidence.
Service over, 17-10.
Well, it's got a very worryingly one-sided look, this scoreboard now, hasn't it? Only barely half an hour played. Malaysians on life support. That'll help.
Service over, 11-17.
It's a big serve. Just too much juice on the shot.
17. Service over, 18-12.
Yeah, very nice. Good defense.
Service over, 13-18.
Oh, so Woyek initially with an awesome reaction.
Service over, 19.
Well, they've found the voice now. Why wouldn't they have 2 points away from putting the Chinese 2-love up in the tie and 1 match away from the semis?
Service over, 14-19.
And that backhand winner brings up 6
Service over,
match points.
20, match point, 14.
I think this has been brilliant today for the Chinese because they haven't necessarily
Game.
been at their very, very best, but they've got the job done, Trevor.
In only 32 minutes, and comprehensive in that second game. first was close, the second was anything but. Chia and So simply brushed aside. And now China in a seemingly near impregnable position, leading 2-love in the tie.
Match won by China, 24-22, 21-14.
Strange, wasn't it, how they kind of assumed complete dominance in that second game when there wasn't much sign of it in the first.
Yeah, I think the losing the opener really dampened the spirits of the Malaysians, and they just didn't seem to be able to pick themselves up and get back into the gear they needed to compete. Good performance from those two. I've still got a few doubts over Liang Wei-kung this week, but Wang Chang was brilliant.
Chinese pair win 24-22, 21-14, only 35 minutes on court. When we come back, it'll be the second singles. Li Shifeng trying to put China into the semis, facing Justin Ho in a moment. Well, a warm welcome back to Horsens in Denmark, the venue for this year's Thomas and Uber Cup Finals. Thomas Cup, actually, was originally the idea of an Englishman, Sir George Allen Thomas, played in the early 1900s. He was inspired by the Davis Cup and the Football World Cup to produce an international badminton team competition. This is the result. So we moved on to match number 3. It's the second singles, and it brings together Li Shifeng of China and Justin Ho from Malaysia. Malaysia actually five-time winners of the Thomas Cup, but not since 1992, and their chances this year looking slimmer and slimmer. India leading Chinese Taipei 1-love, by the way, on court 2 in the second of the quarterfinals. Officials are on court, and Li Shifeng already halfway down the steps. Ranked inside the world's top 10. And will come in here a very warm favourite against 22-year-old Ho. big responsibility on the Malaysian shoulders. Has to win to keep his country in the competition.
Yeah, he's taking a slow walk to court. He's looking pretty relaxed, which is a good sign.
Here is Mats Palu as the chair umpire. Let's join them all for the toss.
Justin, you will choose black or red? Red. Black for you. It's a black. That side. Receive. Good luck.
So let's give you a bit of information on these two. Starting off with the Chinese, Shifeng, who I mentioned is ranked 7 in the world. Incidentally, these two men have never met. It's because of his ranking. Justin Ho obviously would have difficulty getting into some of the bigger events. But Lee is ranked 7, has been a lot higher actually. He's been up at number 3 a few years ago, but nonetheless, he's only 26, so he's got time to improve that ranking. Began playing when he was just 6 years of age. He was in the Thomas Cup team that was victorious in Chengdu 2 years ago. 3 Sudirman Cup golds also, and 6 World Tour titles, the highlight of which is when he took down the All England back in 2023. As far as this week's concerned, he got the better of Lakshya Sen. It was a real battle, 3 games, hour and a quarter. It's taken to 3 games also by Dan of Australia. So he's played a lot of badminton, Bobby, this week.
Yeah, he has. He's been heavily relied upon, of course, with Shi Yuqi unable to play in the last couple of group matches. Li Shifeng stepping up, but been a little bit up and down.
Justin Ho on the other side of the net, 44 in the world now. That high ranking of 36 was quite recently, actually, to be fair to him, November of last year. Born in Kuala Lumpur, he's got a Southeast Asian Games bronze, and he's made 1 World Tour final. He lost out to Alwi Farhan in the Macau Open last year. 1-1, lost 2. He lost out to Hang of England and Tanaka of Japan.
Ready to play?
Yeah, just going back to this man, Li Shifeng, how instrumental was he against India in the group? And we talked about how they survived that and took the win 3-2. A couple of scares elsewhere. But Li Shifeng got the better of Lakshya Sen, who's having a good week. So he's got a bit of Thomas Cup experience. Important in the last 2 outings. Gold and silver for China. And this week, got the job done over Lakshya Sen, which secured top spot. So there's so much pressure on the Malaysian that he's almost got to go out there and forget all of that. Play with some freedom, play with nothing to lose.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, China, represented by Li Shifeng. And on my left, Malaysia, represented by Justin Ho. China to serve, love all, play.
So here we go. Match that Malaysia has to win, keep this tie alive. Lovely.
Service over, 1 love.
He looks up for this, doesn't he, Jason Ho? Or Justin Ho, rather, I should say. Which is good to see. I mean, it should be. in a Thomas Cup quarter-final.
Well, that's the thing. Imagine if he does get the better of Li Shifeng somehow, he'll be an absolute hero. Because Malaysia do have a chance in the last two matches. Interesting to see if we get that far, what the doubles performance would look like with a scratch pairing, essentially, for Malaysia. Got to go out there and try and dictate Justin Ho.
He's got to cut those kind of errors out.
Not the best start so far from Li Shifeng. He can lack confidence, Shifeng. Seen it a few times when certain matches get tight. He can get rattled.
Service over. 3-2.
Getting some early indications that Li Shifeng, if he can keep pace on the shuttle, when he's in those quite late positions, and prevent Justin Ho from having an easier chance to counter-attack and turn the rally around. Yeah, that sort of shot's quite nice from Li Shifeng. When he goes too slow like this, then he gets under a bit of pressure from Justin Ho, who starts to use his touch, his skills. Lands it in.
5-2.
Good shot. That's those skills I was talking about. That's lovely.
Best shot he's played.
Service over. 3-5.
And we saw the setup for those last two shots for Justin Ho, and again, slightly less pace on the shot from Li Shifeng, and Justin Ho was able to use that little deception. Wow.
Lovely. Just floated that, didn't he, into the corner of the court. Justin Ho.
5.
Deceptive shot again. He's got a nice backhand when he's in the forecourt.
Play.
Justin just asking Iris Metspalu if he could have the court mopped. Yeah, see, it's a much more useful pace on the shot from Li Shifeng.
Oh, misjudgment from the Chinese. Brings an immediate fist pump from Ho. Well, inside the line, actually, that one.
Service over, 6-all.
So, showing some confidence in the net, Justin Ho. I'd say he's winning that battle today. It's landed in.
What a shot!
Malaysia
It will be
Chinese
reviewed.
ball in.
That should have been finished by Ho. And I feel like he was in a good position to kill the shot anyway. Decided to let it land. Might pay the price here. No. Good judgment from the Malaysian.
Service over, 7-6. Play.
Well, the volume's gone up amongst the Malaysian support. You can hear it clearly in the hall. There we go. They have certainly not given this up.
Service over, 7-8.
Well played.
Service over,
Confident start.
9-7.
I think he's been the more confident of the two.
Thank you.
Superb.
Well, he's asking a lot of questions at the moment. Li Shifeng's not finding too many answers. This is really spirited stuff from the Malaysian.
And it was this end of the court, where Justin Ho is now, that seemed like the more difficult end to play on. If we look back at the first singles match we saw earlier.
Had to make that, and he did.
8-10.
Oh, chance gone begging there.
10.
A little reaction from Li Shifeng as well. Little fist pump.
Yeah, those kind of things are almost worth 2 points, aren't they? You think you're going to lose the point, and then the error, the unexpected error comes from your opponent.
Should have lost the point there, really. Again, setting himself up at the net. That would have been something special if he'd have made the court. He was so out of position.
It's actually good judgment from the Chinese, because sometimes when you're running at full power, it's not easy to gauge whether it's going to drop the wrong side of the line or not. And he was correct.
Good defense. And again.
Fantastic stuff, and it gives them a 1 point lead at the mid-game break. Well, it certainly hasn't been plain sailing for Li Shifeng. Justin Ho has kept him honest. Needs to keep going, and we could yet have an unexpected result here in this second singles, but if he produces more like that, we won't.
12, 10.
Yeah, he's got a very sort of conservative style, Li Shifeng. I feel there are times when he could be a little bit more aggressive, especially at the net. Did well there. Long, it's gone long.
Yeah, I think what Justin Ho's saying is that it touched his opponent, but she didn't see it, nor did I.
Let's take a look.
I might have brushed his hair, you know, hard to tell. But can't use Hawkeye for that kind of thing. Obviously, he couldn't really be certain anyway.
Yeah, that's better from Li Shifeng under some pressure. And when he's under pressure in those deep corners, I like the way he's injecting a little bit of pace to prevent Justin Ho from using those skills with a slower shot to take advantage.
Well, that's well in.
Unsighted.
Well, official says she was unsighted. Looks to me like that was in, but we'll see what Hawkeye says.
Yeah, Justin Ho was standing right between line judge where the shuttle did land.
Thought it was well in.
In 15-10.
It's interesting, isn't it, how good players, and we saw it with Shi Yuqi earlier, when they're threatened so often, they just go up a gear and snuff out that threat, and that looks to be what Shifeng's doing here with Justin Ho. Really tight before the interval. Since then, Ho really hasn't had a look in.
Yeah. Yeah, good anticipation in that rally there from Shifeng. Switching his feet to look for the lift. That's wild.
17.
He's lost the plot a little bit at the moment, hasn't he, the Malaysian?
Watch the court, please.
Good position here. Just has to hit the court to maintain the attack.
Thank you.
Yeah, a little scratch of the head. Feels about right for Kenneth Jorgensen.
17-10.
Good recovery from Ho.
On by some way. That one from Lee.
17. Shifeng. Lee Shifeng. (11-17).
Well, there's a nice riposte. Needs a lot more of that, though.
Back in the hitting zone. Quite a lot of court to cover there, Justin Ho. Did well to keep that as accurate as he did.
Service over.
Threatening at the net, Lee Shifeng. Just his presence forced Justin Ho into the error. Oh, trying to finish this too early there.
13-18.
Uncharacteristic of what we've seen so far in this opening game from him.
Service over. 19-13.
Ooh, well, he's challenging. It was given in, but an immediate arm raised from Ho, which often tells you this is close. No smack on the line.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. 20. Game point 13. Play.
Really nice net shot.
Service over. 14-20.
Good racket skills here in the forehand for Justin Ho. Perhaps Li Shifeng ought to have read the situation a little better. That was prepped from Ho. He was always going to hit cross then.
Oh, changed his mind there, the line judge. He was going to give that out, then signalled it was good, and so unsurprisingly, Li Shifeng is challenging, and if he wins the challenge, he wins the game. There it is, out by a big margin, and so 21-14. China now one game away from victory in the tie.
Well, will they be required? Chen Boyang, Liu Yi,
20 seconds. Court
getting ready, keeping focus.
20 seconds.
Just in case there is an upset here, and if Justin Ho finds a way to come back
Second game.
and take Malaysia to a fourth match in the tie.
Play.
Looking very settled, Li Shifeng. What a net shot. Found some touch from well below the tape.
Pass the shuttle. Thank you.
Problems here for this Malaysian and indeed the entire team. A little look down at the back line from Li Shifeng.
Service over. 1-3.
Oi, growing in confidence. After the first couple of points. Back up to task. That's a good shot. You have to think, Trevor, how team selections in the Thomas Cup and Uber Cup are all important. I can't help but thinking about the Malaysian squad when they took on Japan a couple of days ago. The risk they took with messing around with their doubles. For me, they threw away the chance to top the group. If they top the group, they're in the bottom half and avoid China. And whilst Japan have been unlucky, if you like, and they're having to face France, who came runner-up in their group, you still think that if that had been Malaysia's draw, big favourites in both the doubles, they just need one of the singles against France, they would have secured a medal. And instead, they're in this position.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? I mean, it's a long event, it's 10 days, but I think hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? But yeah, I tend to agree. I think they're regretting that decision now, that's for sure. And they regret it even more if Justin Ho can't come back and they exit the tournament here. But he's still out there fighting, the 22-year-old.
Variation. That's a lovely net shot. Haven't seen as much of that from Li Shifeng in the opening game. He's been sort of pushing those net shots into the service line, taking the safer route. And at times has allowed Justin Ho to use his skills to create an impact. In this case, Li Shifeng, soft net shot gets the lift. Good shot again. That cross slice from the forehand corner.
Yeah, delightful play, wasn't it, from Lee?
Yeah.
The backhand was the coup de grace, but it was set up by that shot. Oh, yes. Almost exhibition stuff at times now from the Chinese.
Yeah, for some reason on this side of the court, Shifeng, it's at least 3, maybe 4 in the second game. From the forehand rear corner has used that conventional slice. Clean winner this time. That music you can hear in the background is actually, I think it's Chinese Taipei in the team box.
Oh! Well, he needed something to help him, and the badminton gods have come to his rescue there.
It's a little smile here at the end, I think, from Justin Ho. Just bounces up off the net cord.
Li Shifeng, quickly. Thank you.
They so often fall back on your own side. He's hitting it from just off the floor there, you see.
Four, 7. Play.
Well, he had managed to send his opponent the wrong way, but Li Shifeng's net shot, despite its deceptiveness, lacked enough push
Oh, he's challenging that. Absolutely challenging that. He actually had the fist pump out.
I don't know whether this was more of a, not trying to intimidate the line judge, but to almost make the line judge doubt whether to call it out, because I thought that might have caught the line.
Well, Hawkeye will tell us. Struck me that it was a genuine reaction. I hear what you're saying, but yeah, it was out by a mile.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right.
Correction out. Service over. 8-5.
And that's where Hawkeye works brilliantly, doesn't it? To overturn, you know, obvious errors like that.
Yep. Good net.
Just looking a bit ragged again now, isn't he, Justin?
9-5.
Yeah, it's a shame. All that hard work to stay in the rally. Actually looked in good position. Is it in on the right there? Will not be required today, whatever happens.
That's a lovely shot.
Service over. 6.
It's one of the best rallies he's played. Both players, shot quality, very high. Tight nets, lifts deep into the corner. Wonderful drop to finish. In there from Shifeng. He's gone for that same effective slice drop shot.
10,
Takes the pace
6.
off, but doesn't get the angle right.
Justin.
Just a little bit too much slice.
Shifeng on court.
Played that one.
Yeah.
Service over.
Little puff of the cheeks from
7,
Shifeng.
10.
Oh dear.
11-7 interval.
Well, at times he's been his own worst enemy as the Malaysian, and he's in big trouble here. 11-7 down and trailing by a game to love.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. 11-7. Play. Ready. Justin, get ready quickly.
So Justin Ho's going to have to find something and find it very quickly. He's going to extend this match, and with it, the tie.
Yeah, and in terms of this player's own career, taking aside the Thomas Cup for a moment, talked about his ranking at the very start of the match. He had a pretty bad and unlucky injury spell going back 3 years where he ruptured his Achilles, as I recall. Of course, he's out for some time with that, and then came back, and then he got a knee injury, and that put him out of a big event. I think it was the Southeast Asian Games or something. You look at how often he comes up against a player like Li Shifeng. As we've said, it's not often, first meeting for them, but outside of the top 40 in the world. But he's trying to progress in his own career. It's a big learning curve for him today to take advantage of. He can try and spend as much time on court as possible and revisit what it feels like to come up against top 5, top 10 players in the world.
Yes, and he's got time. He's only 22.
That's lovely. That slice drops devastating. Good recovery this time, though, from Justin Ho.
8-14.
That's Rasmus, by the way. The
dancing duck.
Yeah, there's two. There's a male and a female. If that was the male, I think it was. It's Rasmus. I forget the name of the female one.
How do you tell?
8-14.
Well, I wouldn't want to.
I think one's got. I think the
suggest.
female's got the pink ribbon or something.
There's definitely headwear differences as well.
Yeah.
There's other ways to tell us, of course.
Oh, he's made that. That's one of his best shots.
14.
In this game, at least. Absolutely arrow straight down the line.
A little bit more intensity there from Li Shifeng.
9.
Speed of movement. Simply creating more pressure on Justin Ho.
Service over. 10-15.
Well, they're still cheering every point, the Malaysians.
They still believe.
No doubt they booked their return journey for Monday, just in case their nation reached the final. That looks increasingly unlikely now.
Good rally. Has he broken a string? Something's gone wrong. Justin Ho, yep. You can hear the sound of the shuttles making on the racket.
16-10.
Well, never rains, but it pours. Well behind in this second game, and now almost a sacrifice point with the broken string.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's broken more than one string there.
16-10.
Mid-court pressure, too much for Justin Ho.
17-10.
Getting closer. China.
Service over. 11-17.
That's well played, Li Shifeng. Really well played. I thought he was going to struggle with that flick serve. Played it with just the right pace, follows up brilliantly. And then again, forehand rear corner. Damaging to the hopes of Justin Ho.
Well, the end is nigh, I think.
19-11.
Ho started reasonably brightly in the first game, but after the interval of that opening game, Li Shifeng notched up a gear. And in the second, Ho hasn't really seen him for dust.
It's gone wide as well.
Match points then.
20.
9 of them.
Match point 11.
And to end the tie right here.
Interested to see the reaction of Li and the Chinese team
Service over.
as
12-20.
they look like they're about to secure a medal.
Yeah, only twice since they began competing in 1982 have China not made the semi-finals at least.
It's good quality.
Well, it was an expected win. It was a comprehensive win. And China breeze into the Thomas Cup semi-finals. 3 games to love. The victory secured by Li Shifeng in the second singles. Inside of 3/4 of an hour.
By China, 21.
Didn't really get a meaningful blow in Justin Ho at any stage of that match. And as we probably said at the very start of this event, Bobby, China are going to take all the beating, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. It was a very confident-looking and very professional performance all throughout today for Team China. And an early exit, I think they'd have to agree. Early Malaysia going home on quarterfinals day.
Yeah, left to rue maybe their selection policy, the final group game. Not that that man will care. Especially now China have got their world #1 back in Shi Yuqi. So Li Shifeng wins 21-14, 21-13. 44 minutes is all it took. Nothing like being congratulated by a duck or a pair of ducks. So inside 3 hours, the Chinese complete the victory for the loss of just 1 game. And that was surprising, actually, in the top match where Shi Yuqi was beaten 21-16 by Leong Jun Hao, but sorted it out in the decider. And relatively straightforward, albeit that Liang and Wang in the doubles. It was a close first game, but the defending champions safely through. It's currently 1-love to India against Chinese Taipei in the other quarter-final on court 2. Live coverage for you there if you want to enjoy that match. Currently 1-1 in the doubles, but Ranki Reddy and Shetty lead 16-8 in the decider. The action continues to come thick and fast tonight from 6. It's Thailand versus the host Denmark. Jill Clark and Steve Pedestal will be here for that one. But now, though, from me, Trevor Harris and Bobby Griffin and our whole production cast and crew in Horsens, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.